Welcome to our channel. Holidays are perceived as a time of peace, goodwill, and generosity. We gather with friends and family, share gifts, and indulge in enormous decadent meals with all the trimmings. However, Christmas also has its dark side associated with various creatures from the mythology of this holiday, with which parents scare their children to behave well throughout the year. Today, let's take a look at a few infamous creatures that appear in Christmas folklore. But before we look at these monsters together, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And without further ado, let's get started. First one is Trapp. The Christmas legend of this ominous figure is well known in the French regions of Alsace and Lorraine. According to the story, Trapp lived in the 1400s and was a wealthy, powerful, and merciless man feared by the inhabitants of Alsace. His thirst for power was so great that he made pacts with the devil to increase his influence and status. Upon learning of this, the Pope himself excommunicated Trapp, leading to his expulsion from Alsace, with his wealth and lands confiscated. Yet, all of this pales in comparison to what followed. Trapp withdrew to the mountains in Bavaria, where the legend continues. According to the tales, influenced by the devil and the endless solitude of the mountains, he developed a desire to taste human flesh. Disguised as a scarecrow, he began creeping near villages, lying in wait for potential victims. One day, in his scarecrow guise, Trapp viciously attacked a young shepherd boy with a sharp stick, kidnapping him and taking him to his woodland abode in the mountains. There, he killed the boy, sliced him into pieces, and prepared to cook him. However, before he could accomplish this gruesome act, he was struck by a divine lightning bolt and killed. Today, disobedient children are warned that the spirit of Trapp endures, and he may visit them during Christmas in his scarecrow disguise if they fail to listen and assist their parents. This tale is inherently chilling, and its horror is amplified by the fact that it was inspired by the incredible true story of a real person. Next one is Krampus. He is one of the most well-known dark creatures associated with the Christmas season. This alpine monster, appearing primarily around Advent in Austrian and South German folklore, takes on the form of a demon. Some descriptions mention that he is hairy, typically brown or black, with goat horns. His long pointed tongue is protruding, and he has fangs. Resembling a devil, he wears a cloth sack around his waist and chains around his ankles and wrists. It is said that those who did not listen and behaved badly would first be beaten with birch branches or a whip, and then Krampus would drag them into the underworld, where the most disobedient would be boiled and devoured. Krampus is part of an ancient tradition that originated in the Austrian Alps and gradually spread throughout Austria and later to neighboring states. In contemporary times, the figure of Krampus usually appears, often accompanying Saint Nicholas, on the night of December 6th. On this night, children place their shoes by the window, and based on whether they have been obedient or not, Saint Nicholas rewards them during the night with a small gift. However, they may find either coal or a bundle of sticks in their shoes, symbolizing Krampus's arrival and representing the consequences of a child's misdeeds. Reportedly, around December 22nd, Krampus transforms back into a normal human being and has no recollection of the events that transpired. Another creature is Jólakötturinn, the Icelandic Christmas cat, is not just any feline figure. According to legends, this creature is enormous and malevolent, lurking in the snowy countryside during the Christmas season, preying on people who don't receive new clothing on Christmas Eve because they haven't listened and helped throughout the year. The history of this bloodthirsty cat as a part of classical Icelandic Christmas folklore dates back to 1932, when Jóhannes úr Kötlum published his poetry collection titled Christmas is Coming. One of the poems in it was titled Jólakötturinn, focusing on this terrifying cat monster. Subsequently, this man-eating monster, Jólakötturinn, became a common element in Icelandic Christmas celebrations and decorations. Later, based on this poem about the beast, other authors incorporated it into various stories. Jólakötturinn is closely associated with other characters in Icelandic folklore, allegedly being a domestic pet of the ogress Grýla and her sons. It is said that one of her sons rides on this cat across the country. Interestingly, in 2018, the city of Reykjavik erected a 16-foot-tall iron statue of this cat as a Christmas decoration in the central square of the city. Next one is Grýla, a malevolent ogress from Icelandic Christmas folklore. Grýla seeks out naughty children during the Christmas season, pursues them, captures them, cooks them in a large pot, and devours them. In Iceland, she is renowned as the mother of the Jóla lads, and she has the mentioned bloodthirsty cat named Jólakötturinn as a domestic companion. Stories about her vary in Iceland. Some say she's just a kind of scarecrow who enjoys scaring people, but other tales present her in a much darker light, claiming that she murders and eats children. According to more morbid versions of the legend, Grýla descends from the mountains to seek food in nearby towns during Christmas. She leaves her cave, catches children, and carries them to her den in her enormous sack. In that cave, she devours children as her favorite delicacy. Allegedly, her preferred dish is goulash made from disobedient children. Legend has it that Grýla never runs out of food, as there are always many naughty children. According to the legend, she had 3 husbands and many children with them. Her 13 sons, known as the Jóla lads, are generally less cruel than their mother, often playing pranks on people during the Christmas season. However, some versions suggest that during Christmas, they assist their mother in catching and eating disobedient children. Icelandic folklore depicts many characters and monsters living in the mountains who come to town during Christmas. Stories about Grýla and similar beings are designed to frighten children into good behavior. The last one is Perchta, the dark alpine hag of nature who, according to legends, mysteriously prowls the mountainous regions in Bavarian areas. Depicted in some descriptions as a small haggard old woman with a wrinkled face and bright eyes. Her hair is disheveled, her clothes tattered and torn, resembling an eerie old crone. In Bavarian and Austrian folklore, Perchta is highly feared, clandestinely wandering through rural areas during the winter season. Legends say that during the 12 days between Christmas and Epiphany, she ventures into homes at night, determining whether children have listened and assisted in household chores throughout the year. For those deserving a reward, Perchta leaves small silver coins in their shoes. However, for those who have not obeyed throughout the year and neglected their duties, Perchta has a very cruel punishment. It is said that in such cases, she cuts open their abdomen, removes the internal organs, and fills the empty abdominal cavity with straw and stones. These tales of her cruelty have been passed down in the Bavarian region for centuries. Legends about Perchta vary from region to region, but the mentioned punishment is just one of many other terrifying practices she allegedly employs to punish those who do not listen and help at home during the year. Reportedly, she can also become enraged with those who dare to deviate from traditional food during Christmas festivities. Anyone who eats something other than the traditional Christmas food faces the wrath of Perchta. That's all from us for today. If you're interested in videos filled with mysterious mysteries, dark stories, legends, or monsters, and you crave more, subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any new videos.